You know, all that editing we do as classical musicians, and how much of that editing we are taught in the one-on-one lesson format, right? Because what you're getting all the time is that constant sonic check from your teacher, and being taught to listen out from your body and hear the sound, assess it critically, adjust it. These are very fine skills. Huh? Yeah. So I went, but my ability to do that should not stop me from reveling in you know, I mean, nobody died, right? Yeah. She's very famous for her concept of deep listening, which for her was a practice of listening to everything that was present to hear all the time. And by that she meant listening to very focal kinds of sounds, like focusing on a sound, listening globally to everything all around you and all those different points where sound comes from. You know, the ear can very finely pinpoint the direction of a sound and how far away it is. And also interior sounds and those sounds in your head and the, you know, the kind of script that's going through your head all the time. So she was, and memory. She had this great exercise where you listen to the sound of someone that you're close to speaking to you on the phone. So if you try to recall the sound of my mother, for example, who's deceased, and hear the sound of her voice over the phone in my right ear, is that different from listening to that in my left ear? And if you focus and really try to do that, it's extraordinary how precise the color of that sound is and the character of it is. Pauline brought to a research group on improvisation and gender in the body, she brought a project that she had developed of developing an instrument, a non-invasive instrument for people with very minimal volunteer mobility. It's called the Adaptive Use Musical Instrument, and a team has now developed it over the last 10 or 15 years. The great thing about the OMI is that, you know, by simply using the camera tracking technology on a laptop or an iPad or an iPhone, you can index a little marker to a part of the body that a person is able to move. An eyelid, a nose, a finger, the breath, you know, the chest. It doesn't have to be very, very much movement. And then the movement the person can make triggers samples. One year we worked with a videographer who developed 7-minute films based on scenes from Shakespeare. And the students in small groups, took the same theme. They didn't see the film, they just took the same theme. And they worked out a sonic improvisation related to that theme. So instead of trying to do a copycat kind of thing and And what does it sound like when Ophelia's body is drifting down the river? Sort of, instead of being literal about it, really trying to think of like, okay, so what is happening in this scene? What is really going on emotionally in this scene? And develop something musical that feels like a good sonic response to that. The videographer Kenny Doran came to the rehearsals and listened to the students, and then went away on his own and made the videos. And then we performed them with the students playing and the videos behind the students. So the students were not playing to the video. The visual was a kind of reaction to the sound. And then the audience did this interesting thing, because I think our brains just do this. They created a kind of match between what they were hearing and what they were seeing.